Hello everybody, Palm Springs Cindy. I am here. This is the exact third week. Today is week 3 of my deep plane facelift. And I have my little thing right here. I'm going to read you the other things that I had done. So, okay, the deep plane facelift, low lateral brow lift, I didn't get that, fat grafting to face. I had fat grafting put underneath my eyes because my eyes were a bit sunken. Buccal fat pad removal. So I didn't even know this, but I had incisions in my mouth. I didn't even know. And he went in through my mouth and removed some buccal fat. I guess that's what it's called, here and here. You can't tell right now because I'm still too swollen. Lip lift with corner lip lift. So that's the incision he made here and then lifted this top lift. Lifted the top lip. And I also had the hyperbaric chamber, 3 sessions at 90 minutes each. And then I was supposed to have the CO2 laser, but they didn't have time to do it. So I will eventually get that. I'm not going to get it. Hopefully I'll get it before summer. And so that's what all I had. And I'm not going to give prices because every doctor charges different prices, especially like everything that I mentioned is a certain price. So, I don't know what doctors in your area and the doctor that you might be, wanting to go through. I don't know what they might charge. But anyway, that's what I had. Okay, 3 weeks later, I met with Dr. Chopra this morning. And he took a good look at me and he said he thought I was healing really well. Thank you guys for all your prayers. That is why I have done so well. And I asked him where my incisions were. I said, I cannot find my incisions. He said, well, you've got one here. I knew that. I knew I had this one here. I have incisions from the lateral brow lift. He moved because you can't just move all this up and then not this part up. So he moved, I guess. So anyway, I have incisions here, so tiny I can't even feel them. And then I have, the incisions I showed you on my ears. Let's see. And I want you to take a look at my profile here and here. I don't have the jowls. And then take a look at my neck profile. I'll do this side. I don't know if you're getting this. And then I will put Dr. Chopra said, being that you are only 15% healed at 3 weeks, I don't know that that's a good time to start doing before and afters, but I will include some, for those of you who have not been watching, we'll include a few of the, like day 1, day 2, day 3, whatever's. But okay, so this is a close-up. My eyes, I'll tell you what I think is happening. My eyes are getting less swollen, but everything's falling, and he said it, everything's falling down here. And then he wants me to he stood behind me and massaged this part of my neck with his hands, like all up in here. Said, we've got to break that up. We've got to keep that flowing. And it might be good for you to get another lymphatic drainage and have them focus just right here. Get the swelling out of here. But there it is. Boop, there it is. I asked him if I could wear earrings, and he said no. He said if you wear very light earrings for just a little while, that would be okay. So I said okay. And anyway, he said, how do you like things so far? And I said, I'm very pleased. Most of all, I know that I'm very swollen. I know I have a lot of healing to go. But I said, I'm 72, and I really had to have a talk with myself and remind myself that this might be a very hard surgery and recovery for me at my age. But I said, you know what, Dr. Chopra, I can't even tell you when I had pain. Now, was I uncomfortable? Yes. Did that strap thing, I had that strap around here that Velcroed, and then I had a strap around here. So all the strap did was like hold everything, just secured everything. And that bugged me because it kept falling off, and then I had to keep putting it back on. But, that's not that big of a deal. It was uncomfortable sitting up to sleep. And frankly, I think once I fell asleep, I just fell over and whatever happened. I did get bored. Even now when I go out, I get tired easily. I can tell, oh, you know what? Like today I went to the doctor's, and then after he examined me, they were going to do an ultrasound. An ultrasound is something, that does the vibration wave thing here, but they didn't have it in the office. So he said, next time I come in, they'll do it to me. And so, yes, I did get bored, and, I'm still a little bit housebound because, like I said, I could only do so much. Now, I do have some notes down here because there's some other things, I want to talk about besides my facelift. Okay, did you know, I didn't, that Walgreens and CVS, their pharmacies are closing, not full-time closing, but they're closing to save money. So I needed to get some medication, and anyway, I couldn't get it. I had to wait a day, almost 2 days before we got everything straightened out, because they had to call in a different pharmacy, and anyway, it was a nightmare. And as it ended up, I had to pay out of pocket for it because they couldn't get it straightened out, and I needed the medication. So I'm a little perturbed about that because, I already pay plenty for my medical insurance every month. So while I was I went to CVS pharmacy, and I did go up through the drive-up window because, I'm not looking that red hot. I'm not, feeling 100%. But I went through the drive-up, and then as I was there, I thought, I really do need to get a few things. So I pulled around and I parked. I went in. Well, when I came out, when I walked out, there was the most beautiful music playing. Lo and behold, there was a young man, and maybe it was his sister, maybe it was his wife, I don't know. But I took a video of it, and I'm going to attach it to this video. It's absolutely beautiful. The man was playing, I think it was a violin, and he actually had an amplifier hooked up so that you could hear, when I opened the doors to leave CVS and get into my car, you could hear this music throughout the parking lot. It was so beautiful. And then I stood there and listened because it was so pretty. And then before I got in my car afterwards, whatever, I did walk over and give them a tip. You know how they have their violin case open and you put money in there. Well, then after I did that, the lady came around to me and handed me 2 beautiful roses, 2 long-stemmed roses, which I thought was lovely. So as I walked out of CVS, this is the beautiful music I heard. I wish I knew the name of this little group, so if anybody does know the name of them, please let me know. And if you're in the area, be on the lookout for this lovely music. You guys, I just got to thinking, I can't let you hear this music. It's against copyright laws. I know they wouldn't mind, but I will get in trouble. So anyway, be on the lookout for this wonderful music-making couple. And if you tip them, they give you 2 roses. The music was absolutely beautiful. I have heard numerous reports that Kate of William, Kate, and the royal family, Catherine, William, I can't even think their kids' names now. Well, anyway, I've heard rumors that she is pregnant again. So I Google it, and basically it says that when and if she is pregnant again, there will be an announcement made by the royal family, and that has not been made yet. So we'll see. I'm still totally crazy over Luis Miguel. In fact, I did have a girlfriend come over today, and she was babysitting a dog. So we had 1, 2, 3, we had 4 dogs here, and they were all just about Poppy's size. Pero se perdió el interés. No es lo mismo sin mí, eso tú lo sabes. En la cama no llevábamos re bien, pero pa' mano siempre fue un mero visaje. Justo por eso se perdió todo el interés. No es lo mismo sin mí, eso tú lo sabes. En la cama no llevábamos re bien, pero pa' mano siempre fue un mero visaje. Llevo los recuerdos tuyos como un souvenir. Really well. They played in the backyard, and Donna and I sat in the backyard and had our cold drink, and then we ordered sandwiches. Well, anyway, I was telling her, and I was playing some Luis Miguel music, and she said, "Oh my God, Luis Miguel." So we raved about Luis Miguel, and I told her, I said, "You know, there's that Netflix documentary on him," and she was like, "What?" So anyway, she was going to look into it. I'm finished with it. Like I said, it must have lasted 12 years. It was the longest series I've ever seen. That's the little advertisement for the series. And again, more advertisement for the gentleman who plays Luis Miguel. There he is, Luis Miguel, my next husband. And there he is again singing to me. But you know, if you have a crush on Luis Miguel, it was fun to watch all the different stages of his life. And my goodness, what a wonderful voice. You know, he's right up there. I love K.D. Lang's voice. I love Luis Miguel's voice. I love Frank Sinatra's voice. There are some people, and I did a video on this earlier, whose voices I could listen to them forever and ever. Just love their voice. Some voices are too intense for me. Barbra Streisand's voice, I could not listen to her. Her voice is so intense that it just, I can't handle it. I can't handle it, Barb. The other night, and I put a link on, I think it was Instagram or something, I don't know. The other night I had a friend over. His name is Eric. Hi, Eric. Eric is out of town at the moment. But he's a cook, and a good cook. So he came over, and he came over early enough so we could do all this and eat before midnight. He came over and slowly cooked baby back ribs, which I love. And he had all kinds of special secret sauce, magic sauce, whatever kind of sauce. And I have pictures of it all. And so he cooked those, and then we had steamed asparagus, and we both were cracking up that most of you guys won't know this or won't remember it, but those of you who do, you'll get a kick out of it. Do you remember Bob's Big Boy, that hamburger? Well, it was a restaurant. But it was a Bob's Big Boy hamburger. And there was a picture of a Bob on the top of the restaurant kind of going like this. And I think he had on like a red and white check apron or something. Well, anyway, I think those have closed and have been closed for a while. But they used to have Bob's Big Boy salad dressing. It was like a Roquefort salad dressing, but it wasn't a real pungent Roquefort. It was very, very mild. It was so, so good. So anyway, he found a bottle or a big can, that come in a glass jar. He found a jar of that. So we had a nice tossed green salad with that Big Boy dressing on it. And those ribs, oh my gosh, the ribs are so good. And so anyway, I have some video of that I'm going to share with you. Let's see here. And I'm going to, I heard about this on television today. Now, am I the only one that didn't know this? Evidently, there are certain grocery stores. I don't know what country this was in, whether it was in the United States and one of the states. I don't know. But like let's say a super Walmart type store, or a Costco, a big box store. For now, there are stores like that you walk in and you flash your Amazon card, and then you walk in. That's all you do. You walk in, you serve yourself, you pick up whatever you want, put it in your cart. You don't check out, you don't pay, nothing. You just walk out. And because they know who you are, because of your Amazon credit card or Amazon ID number or whatever it is, they just charge you like as if you would buy something online at Amazon. Okay, now there's the commentator that was sharing this, and they were following someone around the store that was actually doing it and showed how it was working. Well, so, he said, part of me thinks that this is a great convenience. You don't have to fiddle with your wallet, with your credit cards, with having cash or not having cash. And is your credit card gonna, do you have your discount card with you and all that stuff? But he said, on the other hand, it also is a little bit scary that they have that kind of surveillance going on. Because, there's cameras everywhere. And, well, like you said, how could you steal anything? They're doing this because of theft. I guess Walmart loses $3 million a year on theft. So this way, if you walk into a store, you cannot walk in without your ID flashing. And then when you walk out with all the goods, then, you're automatically charged for those. So what do you guys think about that? I don't know. I just don't know. I'll just have to keep having my groceries delivered. All right, let's see. Have I talked about everything here? I don't know what that. Okay, one great thing. You guys, I almost cried. I almost cried. I'm not ready to share it with you yet. I I I ordered this coffee table, as you guys know. Well, I ordered it from it's kind of like what's called those bang and bash stores where there's like a little dent or something in it. And I think I did a video and said I was like bragging on myself that I got such a great deal on it because it had a little flaw on it. Oh no, when it arrived, it looked as if it had been flipped around in the air by some kind of a tractor or something. It was ugly, it was a mess, and I could not get in touch with the company. Go figure. So in the meantime, I got to thinking about my mother's coffee table, which I wanted all along. And even when my mom was here, she said, "Oh, Cindy, my coffee table, eventually it's really going to look good in here." And I was like, "I know it will." Well, then as time went by and I got more furniture in my house, I realized it was too big. And I was really sad. I thought, it's just not going to fit. It's too big. So I thought maybe one of my nieces and nephews or somebody else would want it. Well, come to find out, nobody else wanted it. And so the neighbor, my mom had a really nice young neighbor gal that said, whatever you don't want from your mom, whatever is left in the garage, instead of having the mission come out and get it, I will take everything. Really great, because it's right next door. She said she'd haul it over there. Great. So anyway, she took my mom's coffee table. Well then, so I called her, and she's a young gal, certainly younger than I am, probably in her 30s. And I asked, her name's Kristen. I asked Kristen if I could have my mom's coffee table, that I had been thinking about it, and I really did think it was going to fit in my house after all, and I would really, really appreciate it if she would let me have it. And she was lovely, and she said, of course. So anyway, I had David, the handyman, drove out to Kristen's house, and she was my mom's next door neighbor. So he got the coffee table and he brought it back, and it's sitting right here. And I am absolutely loving it. It just brings tears to my eyes when I see it. I'll have to show it to you guys. Another thing just crossed my mind. And please let me know in the comments. Do you guys have a subscribe to my channel button? Because I don't have it on my home page. There's no button to touch to say you want to subscribe to my channel. So let me know if there is one on yours. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. It means a lot. I would love to know you. And it just helps us YouTubers out a little bit more. So please subscribe if you have not already. And then stay tuned, because I will add, I'm going to add some more footage about my mom's table and some other things. So P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next, I can't even think straight. Until our next conversation. Bye.